guys, it's TEW2016 Maxwell here and welcome to episode 50, so a little milestone there, of the TNA Making an Impact save. You join us for Genesis, our next pay-per-view, the January pay-per-view, the first one of the calendar year. A couple of pay-per-views coming up between now and lockdown, so that's what we're going to be aiming towards. We'll get Against All Odds. I believe Victory Road is a March one. And we'll kind of make that like WWE's with SummerSlam. We'll try and make Lockdown a big deal as well. So 19 segments today. Like we've been doing recently, we'll cover through the angles and stuff as they go along. All I'm going to say is thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoy today's show. Let's go. So we start the show in front of 9,499 people in the Celeste Centre. And we start off with the usual hype package, detailing our main event for this evening, which is, of course, the winner of the World Heavyweight Championship #1 Contendership Tournament, which is EC3, as he will take on the TNA champion, Virgil Devitz. You've got the hype package, you've got the pyro, and then the commentary team of Mike Tenay and Lenny Leonard introducing and running down the card, and that gets a B-77. It gets the show off to a strong start, and it gets the crowd a little bit hotter. So all positive there. Our opening bouts of this evening in a decent matchup that had no indication of how much he'd had. The Decay defeated Beer Money in 10:21 when Crazy Steve defeated James Storm by pinfall. The Decay make the first defence of their TNA World Tag Team titles. In terms of in-ring work, Bobby Roode was head and shoulders above everyone else. Crazy Steve was a weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performance. Rosemary did some good work at ringside. James Storm and Bobby Roode with great chemistry. The crowd got hotter from this. 80 performance from Bobby Roode, a 53 from James Storm, 63 from Abyss. Crazy Steve with a 44 for, again, he's someone we're going to continually work with and build him up. The Decay or Drunk storyline advances with this segment, and that's a B-72. Bobby Roode improves performance skills. Overall, it's another victory for the Decay here, as they go on another run with the Tag Team Championships. Unfortunately, all gentlemen were holding back, but hopefully something big can come out of this going forward. Next up, in a decent matchup, Ricochet defeated Akira Tozawa in 13:50 with a standing shooting star press. This was a C64, a big win for Ricochet here. He with a 53 performance to the 76 of Tozawa. A good chance to build Ricochet up, because obviously Tozawa is only going to be available for pay-per-views. Only negative was the booking decisions, I believed, would protected Tozawa. At the end of the day, it's to make your guy look very strong. And after this, Ricochet celebrates the win, and the X Division champion, Kenny Omega, comes down and beats him up. This is a D+50. The reason behind this, obviously, if Ricochet won, he gets another chance at Kenny Omega. So by him defeating Tozawa, it makes our guy look stronger, which, again, when him and Kenny Omega collide, hopefully, we get the best match possible, and both can benefit from it in the long run. No negatives, no work for improvements, solid angle for the lower card. Next up and about the had decent wrestling. It didn't have much heat. It was the team of Britannia Knight and Sienna who defeated Ali and Gail Kim in 9:44 when Britannia Knight defeated Ali by pinfall with a nightlight following interference from the debuting Tanya. Who is Tanya? We'll find out in a second. There's a C-58, so not bad that the women's division, the Knockouts division, is getting better. Tanya debuted her Babe gimmick and that got an above average rating. 58 for Gail Kim, a 44 for Ali, so a big improvement there. 49 for Sienna, and a 63 for Britannia Knight. The Knockout storyline advanced and gained heat. Ali's improving her Rumble skills, so that's good. Negatives here, Sienna's inconsistency in the low heat of the storyline. So we can reveal that Tanya is former Emma. I think it's Tennille or something. I just thought we'll call her Tanya. It's something completely different. But basically, after the match, the three heels decide to beat down Ali and Gail Kim. So D45 there, Britannia is getting better at her gimmick. Tanya performed poorly in this segment, but again we'll build her up. She'll be a solid hand for the company and the storyline continues. So we've got a nice wee stable, if you like, a little faction of Sienna, Britannia Knight and Tanya. Surely those egos have got a clash at one point. Next up in a decent matchup, Magnus and Drew Galloway drew in 1347 following a double count out, so I couldn't decide who to put over, so I feel like let's drag this one out, and a B minus 73, Magnus with 64, Drew Galloway with 66. The storyline continues, however it lost a little bit of heat. Drew Galloway improving performance skills. These two got a long way to go, deciding who is the best in the UK. Next up, in a decent matchup with the American Wolves, defeat Tyrus and MVP. Obviously, Tyrus and MVP have caused them a lot of problems in the past, scoring victories over each of the Wolves. David Richards pinned MVP by pinfall with a Tiger Bomb, and this was a B minus 72. Tyrus is getting Berry's gimmick, 70 performance from Eddie Edwards, a 74 for David Richards, 58 for MVP, and a 52 for Tyrus. Tag team division storyline has advanced from this, and it gained heat. Eddie Edwards is improving his Rumble skills. Overall, a lot of negatives there for MVP and a few for Tyrus. Next up, we basically just have Carly cutting a backstage promo. She's still again asking, who the hell has brought Tanya in? Who's making the decisions here that seem to be going over her head? Why is she not making these decisions? Or, who's basically overriding her, here? She feels like she's been undermined and somebody's making decisions that should be made by her. That's a D43. This leads to the reveal that the other 50% of the company has been bought out by Brandy Runnels. We'll just say she's got a lot of money. We'll probably change her name to Brandy Rhodes, I think, at one point, like she is going by in real life. But the plan is now 50% of the company is owned by Carly, the other 50% is owned by Brandy Rhodes, and Billy Corgan, Dixie Carter are nowhere in sight. So TNA can move on with them. A D plus 52 for the reveal of Brandy, and her staff member gimmick got an initial rating of average. So let me know what you think about that, bringing in Brandy in that sort of capacity. Whether we sign Cody, we just have to wait till his contract's up. He's on the short list. He's made the list. Once he becomes available, he's someone we'll bring in. The same with Sandow or Aaron Rex. It's just when this save started, they were contracted to WWE. Basically, what Brandy has done, she allowed the partner for Bobby Lashley, which was mentioned in the last show. That man is Rey Mysterio, and in a decent matchup, Bobby Lashley and Rey Mysterio defeat Mike Bennett and Brian Cage in 1505, when Bobby Lashley defeated Cage by pinfall with a chokeslam, because Mike Bennett ran away. So Brian Cage was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performances. We'll build that up over time. A C plus 71 here. Mike Bennett is getting better his gimmick. Mike Bennett and Brian Cage show excellent chemistry when tagging together. Mysterio with 71, a 69 for Bobby Lashley, a 50 the man they call Brian Cage, and a 61 for Mike Bennett. This continues the storyline, which will probably progress as the weeks and months go on. Bobby Lashley is improving technical skills, negatives, inconsistencies it seems, and the motivation of Cage. Next up we have a promo in the ring, although it says backstage there, and it is the BC's Adam Cole, Nick Jackson and Matt Jackson. They're really just out here to say, there's a massive TNA pay-per-view, it's the first of the year, and not one of them was booked. The only member that was booked, technically not even booked, was Kenny Omega. He made himself known. So, one of the hottest factions in wrestling today, one of the hottest factions in TNA, and nowhere to be seen. So just disgruntled and say, this is unacceptable. If it continues, they'll make an impact and make themselves known. So a B79 there for the BC. Ranting and raving. Nick Jackson developing better performance skills. Next up, we've got a promo from Chris Jericho. It was a late program, but a little bit of an angle and an argument with Bram. So he will basically be taking on Bram in this upcoming matchup. They had like a kind of backstage kerfuffle, and this led to a matchup tonight. So that's an A93. promo from Jericho. The matchup itself was a 79B. It was a superb matchup where Chris Jericho did defeat Bram in 13:43 with the Walls of Jericho. So a 75 for Jericho, a 67 for Bram, which is a good high-profile matchup for him, keeping Jericho looking strong, and only negatives for Chris Jericho there. So good work from Bram. Might actually continue this and make it a proper program if that's the results we're going to get. Next up and about, they had some great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Shibata defeated Jay Lethal in 15:10 by pinfall. Shibata makes the second defense of the TNA national title. The end of the feud, the final battle between these two. Solid B81, they've been fantastic together, shown with the good chemistry between them. Jay Lethal with a 74, Shibata with a 70, and it adds a good bit of prestige to the TNA National Championship, which advances with this segment and gained a little heat. Shibata improves technical skills, but overall a great matchup here. Great job from both guys. It could have been even better with a few negatives there, but probably the best match we've had in TNA so far, and both guys can move on to different things going forward. And after the matchup, despite obviously Shibata being a heel, we just decide, they've had some epic battles, and it's time for a handshake to end the feud. So a C plus 71. Both these men respect each other now. C, as I say, good rating. Storyline advances, but that'll be the end of it. Result loses heat. So it was fun to book, even with a mistake when we had Jay Lethal knock out Shibata, but it added a little element to the save and the storyline, and it worked out for the best in the end. For our main event, Fergal Devitt cuts a promo on EC3, just saying that EC3's been handed stuff here in TNA. He got lucky getting to the final thanks to the interference of Mike Bennett and Cage, and he's here to show that TNA is going to new levels with this champion, with Fergal Devitt, and EC3 better bring his A game if he wants to compete. So A90, solid promo from Devitt. The program of Jericho certainly helped him, and the match itself, solid B81. It was about that had superb wrestling and great heat, and Fergal Devitt defeated EC3 in 1930 with a flying double stomp, and it's the third defence of the championship by Devitt. So no plans to take the title off him yet, but a good matchup here, again raising the prestige of the World Heavyweight Championship, and just showing that EC3 can maybe compete at this level, and hopefully he can be a major star, as in an A star in TW way down the line. So he's a big star in TNA just now, but we've got to take him to that next level. Matches like this could possibly help. Good performances from both, no skill improvements, just need to work on the poor colour commentary. And we end the show with the champ celebrating and the crowd giving him a standing ovation. So a B plus 85 Fergal Devitt era in TNA continues. So overall, a B83, best show we've had so far. As I say, we only have coverage in a couple of regions, the US, UK and Canada, and one Eastern Europe, I think it is, that has it in pay-per-view. So we'll continue to increase our popularity in 19 regions. So what we'll try to do here now is build the company up where once we get to that national level and stuff, we can keep improving and stuff like that, because we're going to have workers that are going to be really, really over. That's the plan, just to be prepared for the future. Overall, happy with that. Good show, a lot of good matches. It's going to be hard to say who deserves to get the speech, but I think we'll give it to Shibata and Jay Lethal, so they'll be complimented. Let me know what you thought of the booking, if you're happy with decisions, where you think guys are going to go from here, and do you feel is there any matches there that maybe didn't deserve the rating, or maybe deserved a little bit better? Let me know what you think. But Shibata was pleased, as was Jay Lethal. I think next is Against All Odds, so we'll have to get booking towards that. We'll see in a second how many weeks we've got to go until we book for that. So let's see, seems we really struck gold with the show, that's good. Don't see anything here that directly affects us. Still, shall we steal red shoes? Apart from that, nothing that directly affects us. And we've signed to a paper appearance deal of DJ Zima Ion. At the moment, he's someone who probably would go into development when we get it. But I'm looking at bringing Roderick Strong. I know I keep saying I'm not going to keep signing people, but it's kind of looking at the future, and I feel like he's someone who his overness is at a level where we can kind of bring him in. He can instantly have good matches. He can instantly get other people over. And Yujiro Takahashi to extend the BC. So that's two we're looking at the moment. Whether we get them remains to be seen. We're competing against WWE for Roderick Strong, so we'll see how that goes. Robbie E only extend his contract as well. A 0.38 buy rate, a 0.05 TV rating, 6k in drug fees, so we need to work on stuff like that. But so far this month, 900k profit. That'll drop at the end of the month when everything's taken off, tax, more miscellaneous and stuff like that, and as we use more workers. Overall, pretty good. Prestige momentum continues to grow. As I say, we're just getting there slowly but surely, and if we look at the schedule, we have effectively a full month to build up to against all odds. So as always guys, thanks for watching. I say we'll carry on the road to lockdown now. We'll start to put plans together for that, a bit of long-term booking. But as I say, as always guys, if you enjoyed the show, leave a wee thumbs up, it's deeply appreciated. Any shares are deeply appreciated. And as always, subscriptions and any comments regarding the show, how your show's getting on, how you're finding the game, etc. Always deeply appreciated, and I'll try and get back to you as quick as possible. If it's even with some help, I'll try my best. It may not be the greatest help, but I'll try and offer if I can. Let's say I'm enjoying the game. I mean, I've pretty much played it religiously, apart from the 2 weeks FIFA came out. Since it came out in May, would have been May, because I think it would have been start of May. Still playing it as much as ever. But yeah, if you want to get involved, you can always get your stuff shared on the old Grey Dog Software forums or on Fantasy Booker subreddit. Any questions, how to get started and stuff on streaming or YouTube videos, let me know and I'll try and advise you. So I personally use OBS. It's pretty easy to set up, not so easy to stream with. So depends what you want to do, and if I can help you in any way, just give us either a message, a comment on a video, a tweet on Twitter at 21Maxwell. Try my best to help you. I say thanks for watching guys, take it easy, hopefully see you for episode 51 next time. Bye bye.